Hi, welcome back for Math C Lesson 19. We're starting today in the workbook, okay? We're going to go straight to part 2, skip part 1. Looks like this. Okay, these are some word problems. We're going to put the word problems in on the line. The line is already written for you, but I did write my own up here, okay? So let's follow along as I read these. C. Problem A. The big number is a box. Where do I put the big number? At the end of a line. So I already know that my big number is a box. The small numbers are 13 and 52. 13 and 52. If I know my small numbers but not my big number, am I going to add or subtract to get my answer? We're going to add, okay? Let's see, 13 plus 52. 3 plus 2 on your number line, 3, 4, 5. 5 plus 1 is 6. So my missing number here is 65. Problem B says the first small number is 18. So this is my first small number, 18. My second small number is a box. My big number is 79. All right, so if I'm missing a small number, remember I have to go backwards and subtract. So I have to have 79 minus 18. So I have a 9 and an 8. 8 I can take from 9. Thank goodness gracious, so I don't have to borrow. 9 minus 8 is 1. 7 minus 1 is 6. So my other small number is 61. You just plug it right in the box. Problem C. The first small number is a box. So starting with a box here. And you guys should be writing these in on your number lines that are given there, okay? The second small number is 21. The big number is 86. So I'm missing a small number. If I'm missing a small number, I have to subtract. Starting with my big number, 86 minus 21. 6 minus 1 is 5. 8 minus 2, 8, 7, 6. 65 is my first small number that I'm missing there. And D. The first small number is 41. So I'm just going to go ahead and plug in 41. The big number is a box. I'm going to go over here, big number, box. The second small number is 28. Now remember, if I'm missing my big number, I have to add the two smaller numbers together. So 41 plus 28 is going to equal my big number. 8 plus 1 is 9. 4 plus 2, 4, 5, 6. So my big number is 69. Plug it into your box. All right, let's see. Go ahead and part 2, part 3. Part 3 in your workbook, your turn. We have some missing big numbers in each family. You are going to write in the sign and the answer. Okay, if we are missing a big number, remember we're adding. So this is 5 plus 5 is 10. 5 plus 6 is 11. 5 plus 7 is 12. And so on. You're going to complete these 3 rows, adding your sign and adding your answer. Okay, when you are finished, we're going to go ahead on to part 4. All right, part 4. You're going to count to different places on this grid of dots. Then you'll draw a rectangle. You'll have to count up from some of the numbers on the arrow. Touch the dot for the number 4 on the arrow. Dot for my number 4 is right here. You're going to count up 3 places from that dot. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Remember, don't count until you move. Let's see, count up 3 dots. You should have landed on the letter B. Go to the dot for row on the third arrow or the third row. Dot. Now you're going to count up 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. What letter did I land on? F. Good. Now we're going to go to the 0 dot. Okay? Count 3 along the arrow and keep your finger on the dot for 3. 1, 2, 3. Now count up 2 places. 1, 2. Your finger should be on C. Listen. Go 3 places along the arrow. So we're on the arrow. Ready? 1, 2, 3. We're on the 3. Now go up 5 spaces. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do I have a letter there? No. New problem. Go back to the starting point, which is here. Your arrow, your 0 on your arrow. Okay? Count up 2 places. Oh, hold on. Go 5 places along the arrow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then count up 2 places. 1, 2. Is my finger on a letter? No. Which letter is next to my finger? D. All right. I want everybody to take a pencil. I don't really have a pencil, so I'll just use my pen. I'm not going to write. All right, part 4. Take your pencil and put an X on the dot that is 4 places along the arrow and 5 places up. 4 places along the arrow, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 places up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put an X on this dot. Now you're going to make a rectangle that is X as the corner. So if I have an X here, you're going to draw a rectangle. Drawing a rectangle. The outside dots. Now we're going to after we complete the rectangle, we are going to be able to see how many units high and wide our rectangle is. So if this is my rectangle, my number sentence is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 times how many high? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 times 5 is 20. There will be 20 squares, 20 dots in here. Okay? This is a little bit tricky. This is much easier to teach if you're here in class. So, my friends who are not returning, we will definitely have to be doing a lot more of these. Okay? All right. Part 5. We're moving on to part 5. Right here. This table shows how much rain fell in different cities during May, June, and July. The rain is measured in inches. Touch the first column. How much rain fell in River City during May? Here's May. Here's River City. You have to add those up to find the total number for River City in May. So 6 plus 3 plus 0 equals blank. You can go through and complete the table. Add plus add plus add equals your answer. Same thing here. Add those 3 up. Here's your answer. Add those 3 up. Here's your answer. And go this way. Add those up. Here's your answer. Here's your answer. Here's your answer. And then we're going to go ahead and answer some questions. I will give you guys a couple seconds to do those. The questions that you're going to answer are going to be in your textbook, okay? So when you open your textbook to lesson 19, you are able to actually check your answers that you solved. And then we're going to go ahead and write A, B, C, and D on your paper. And you are going to go ahead and answer the questions. For example, A, which month had the most rainfall? So I'm looking at the months. See, the months are at the top. So if I'm looking for the month that had the most rainfall, I'm looking down here. Which month had the most rainfall? 18, 17, or 9? 18, so that month was July. Question B, which month had the least rainfall? Which number is the smallest? May. So May had the least amount of rainfall. C, which city had the least amount of rainfall? Now I'm looking at the city, so I'm looking at this side. Which city had the smallest amount of rainfall? The smallest number? Hilltown. And D, how much rain fell in the cities during July? So the total number for July is 18. Okay, go ahead and find part 2 in your textbook. You're going to need an additional sheet of paper. These are 2 number families you've learned. Please go ahead and write both addition facts for each number family on your lines paper. The first fact goes forward along the arrow. All right, so I have 5, 7, blank. 5 plus 7 is 12. Now I need to write another number sentence. 7 plus 5 equals 12. Next fact, 5 plus 8 equals 13. I can say 8 plus 5 equals 13. All right, the rest of the work in your textbook is independent work. Let's see. I think we're going to go skip back to your workbook. Let's go ahead and look at part 4 in your workbook. I got it? Yes. All right. You're going to count to different places. Oh, we did the grid of dots already. That was part 3. I'm confusing myself. I'm sorry. All right. So the rest is independent work. You might have to borrow in part 4. Part 5 is easy peasy multiplication. So go ahead and get out your multiplication number line. And then part 6 is just like part 4. In part 4, they're nice and they give you an answer. But don't forget to look at the signs because in part 4, you're subtracting. In part 6, you are adding. So go ahead and complete those on your own. And when you are finished, please submit to your teacher.